Drop it.
And good morning, everyone. All right, so let's get started here. We're going to talk about why most day traders fail. You fucking suck. Okay, no. Honestly, we have a system that can help you here at Trade 1348. All right, let's get right to it. Let's do the roll call. Okay, we got the Young Moon Mission. Frank B. Mario, you know what? Tell a friend and tell a friend. Get on over to this live stream. P Family, good morning. Dino, Matthew, Orlando, Jesse, Skincare, DC Fan, morning. The Tent Guy, good morning. Good morning, Henry Herrera. Rob Dale, long time. What's up? Fizzy Fuzzy, Brendan, Boak, Philip, I'm gonna butcher that name. Anyways, let's get to it, guys. Let's talk about... Oh, boy. Okay. Let's get right to it. Listen, guys. With Gabe Trends alone, I'm averaging about $65,000 a week. $65,000 a week. Let me go ahead and show you here. We're going to pull this up. These are my stats. I have finally eclipsed 300,000, starting with 50. My win rate, 74%. My profit factor, 4. We're itching up there. My win-loss, 1.4. Remember, guys, I told you I wanted to focus on getting this over 1.5. And so, yeah, 100% green days. I've had some losses here, right? I'm not perfect. But when we average it out thus far, we're looking at about $65,000 a week. No, yeah, a week, right? Now, let's talk about the anatomy of a trade. Let's talk about the trade that I took. Yeah, let's talk about that. Then we're going to talk about the broader markets. I got something cool for you guys, right? So let's get right to it. All right, look at this. Okay, so I had did a little something. We were looking at or about midnight. I had set a limit buy order here, just above the 200. And then I had a limit sell order of which I made $25,000. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. We're going to come on over here. We're going to look at the chart and you're going to see where I ended up buying. I bought, I went to sleep, I sold. That was it, right? We had a switch up on Gabe's Trends. There was a switch up. Cool. I anticipated that. Just went to sleep. We're done. My average hold time. Oh, actually, I also added to the trade, I think. Not sure. But either way, doesn't matter. We made money, and that's all that matters. We made money. So let's look at that, right? So we get the switch of Gabe Trends, but I needed price action to be above the 200 here. And once it did, it was probably somewhere around this trade design and just took me all the way up. Okay? And like Richard Petty, for me, everyone's like, what's your stop? Well, my stop, honestly, guys, my stop is going to be down here. Whenever I'm going night-night, my stop is way down here. Right? The dashed lines on Excel. I know what I'm going to lose. I'm comfortable with what I'm going to lose, guys. You know, people use their stops because they're afraid of losing. I use my stops so that I know what I'm comfortable with losing, right? It gives me more leverage on the chart. Now, if you're going to go ahead and say, well, I'm going to lose $5,000, but I'm not comfortable in losing $5,000, then guess what? You're never going to allow yourself that drawdown. And sometimes, again, a lot of you guys choke the trade with your stop. You choke it, you get stopped out, and then it takes off on you. You have to use the real estate, right? And when we talk about real estate, we're talking about the volatility in the candle. Known volatility in the candle. Now we know after hours, very little volatility. So I rest easy. I go night-night. I really don't care. Like, that's the thing. You guys are out here caring about whether you win, and then because you care about winning so much, your profits are this fucking small, right? No, worry about what you're comfortable with losing. Everything else takes care of itself. Again, I sound like a broken record, but focus on not losing money, because when you focus on not losing money, then the opposite is true. Now, of course, we're going to lose money, but we have to be comfortable with what we're willing to lose. Does that make sense? Please let that make sense. I choked it last night and the night before. Shady Max. For a lady, the fellas, they're like, what? Whoa. Okay. So now let's also look at the anatomy of the exit, because there was also a trade here. This right here, you guys had the flip of Gabe's trends, and you had confluence. This here gave you a 1.5 risk to reward. This trade here, okay? And then we gave you an exit. You guys saw it. You saw it. If you are disrespecting what the chart is telling you guys, like we give you the biggest clue here, which is the change in the band color. This is non-negotiable. Once again, this is one of the reasons why traders fail, is that they do not have objective mechanisms, right? That prompt an action. They just don't. And when they do, they second guess it. Why are you second guessing it, right? If you have any experience with the system and put in the chart time, you will see that this is non-negotiable. You secure your profits and then wait for market open. And then, of course, market open. What are the conditions? What are the conditions? Oh, trade design down, break of Gabe's trends, 200, we break. Oh my God, did we get paid? Did we get paid, yes or no? Can I get it in the comment section? Did we get paid, yes or no? By simply following the rules. We have very, very basic rules. The rules are green is green, red is red. If you can't tell the difference, you're fucking colorblind. Please do not have a driver's license, and I'm gonna guess you're Asian. Oh God, I'm gonna get canceled. Okay, so King hit. What's going on? He printed on that move. Yes, Chris Downs got paid. We got social proof in the chats here, right? P Family got paid. Brian Lewis just got paid. People are getting paid right now, right? Getting paid. And it ain't in food stamps either. We're talking about real cash. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. And Japan made her money. Now enjoying the live stream. Yes, we're enjoying the live stream. Trinity just got in, paid and done for the day. That's what we're talking about. We have a community of just normal people fucking paid, getting paid. Love it, right? You don't have to be this uber smart guy with a fucking quant with chink eyes who knows all the math. You don't need to do that. You just need a simple system that allows you to print. Now, let's go ahead and get into the broader market. So what we have here, guys, we're looking at the news here. There's a couple of things. Interesting. NVIDIA could see $98 billion in Blackwell revenue in quarter number 4, courtesy of EBS. Okay, right? Trading analysis, where I'd invest $50,000 today. You know, you got these guys who are like, yeah, you know, based on, I guess, yeah. Okay. Based on metrics on whether they like the company or not, right? You know what? Let me show you guys something, because I'm actually launching this. I'm launching this soon. This is not going to be part of the Trade 1348 community. I feel like I built out the 1348 community enough. What I'm going to do is build out a Gabe's Trades community. And here, you're going to see I have my own personal list of bullish and bearish, and we have my tickers here that populate automatically via an API and tells me all of the tickers I should be looking at, bullish or bearish, right? And why is this important? Because this is happening on the daily. So for those who say I have a job and I can't do this with a job, well, yes, you can. And I'm going to show you how, okay? 1348 community, you guys, oh man, you know, there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff. built exclusively for you. But I have to build my own personal brand because I want to change people's lives for the better. And, you know, I've committed 3 years of my life. We're built out here at Trade 1348. We're just built out. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right. That's going to be a totally different program. All right. So stay tuned for the announcement. All right. Moving along. Let's see here. Let's get back to the charts. Right. Let's see. Everyone that printed, walk away. 100%. It's not Trader Joe. It's not Trader Joe. So what this is built off of is off of game trends and trade designs. Oh, it's gonna be so fucking epic. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, so let's get back to it. So you guys know the rules, right? It gave you more than you deserve. This, come on. You guys want to measure this out? We could go short with it. We can measure this out on a short position. And right here, let's go. We'll bring it all the way down to, yeah, that was a 4.7 to 1 if you nailed that entry. If you waited for the break of the 200, then that was a decent 3.78, right? 3.78. You guys, listen. You owe it to yourself to listen to the charts. You just owe it to give it a fucking chance. If you're trading and you're not successful, you gotta ask yourself why you aren't successful. Maybe you're an RD, right? The guy always has some fucking distraction, but apparently he's always there for the epic moments in the community, which just is ass backwards to me. It really is, right? Just sorry, I'm gonna call that out. Anyways, you have to allow yourself to submit to the system. Nobody wants to, you know, submit to anything, right? Apparently everyone has a problem with fucking authority. But at the end of the day, like, truth is, most people don't know shit about trading. And most people who are so-called professionals are really just guessing. Like, seriously, they're just guessing. So for me, as opposed to guessing, I simply react to momentum. And we created the system that allows you to react to momentum. And me reacting to momentum is why I am a consistent, profitable trader making millions a year. I don't have no fucking secret. I don't have some overcomplicated sauce. I'm sharing it with everyone. Dirt cheap. It's here and it's color-coded, right? Sell signal on the 30-minute chart, NQ. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get this into dual mode. Let's see what's going on. So dual mode here, what do we have? Yeah, this is interesting. Let everything load up. Let's see what's going on. It's taking a while. Why is it taking a while? Tradingview is so slow. Okay. We're trading down. I would be careful. I would be careful. You do have the level all the way down here at 21,551. That is not a fantasy. That is very much a reality, and that's something to be considered, okay? However, guys, look it. Another reason why traders fail is you don't understand the power of compounding and, of course, when the market's giving you more than you deserve. So if you're up 3%, you have to walk away. You have to walk away. So, you know, traders fail because they don't have a realistic approach to how much money they're going to make on a day, right? Because every day is a fucking YOLO. And then they don't have any idea of what risk is because, once again, every day is a fucking YOLO. So let me show you guys something. We can go to the risk to ruin calculator and we can find the max risk that you, and we're not talking about prop firms anymore. We're talking about those who have their own accounts. Your own money, right? We're going to talk about how much we can truly risk, okay, before blowing up. So let's go ahead and do that, okay? Let's get to the risk to ruin here. Let's see. I believe it's this one here. Yeah. We're going to continue to the site, guys. I want you to pay attention to this because if your win rate 60% and your max risk per trade is 1%, your max drawdown is 10%, number of trades 2,000, your risk to blowing up is less than 1%. The risk of peak to valley drawdown, meaning your max drawdown, hitting a max drawdown, is 29%. Okay, so let's really put this in perspective. We have to understand why win rate and average profit or risk to reward is important. So for me, 1.5 is pretty much the golden standard. You always want to make more than you lose, right? But you don't want to. You want to do it convincingly, right? Not by the skin of your fucking teeth. So 1.5 is the golden standard. Now let's just suppose you're just an average trader at 50%. Let's go ahead and calculate this. At 50%, right, which most of you will default over time, right? Your risk to ruin is 3%. So you have a 3% probability of blowing up your account, yet you have a 99% probability of drawdown, a drawdown of 10%. Now, when we understand these statistics, just because you draw down 10% doesn't mean you change your game and say, oh, I'm going to double down and oversize so I can recover that 10% drawdown. No, because the math says, hey, bro, you're okay. Just give it time. Now, as you can see here, I have it over 2,000 trades. So we have 2,000 data points. You have to believe in the math and know that over time, you will be fine. Now, one way, instead of oversizing or doubling down on your port, on your trade, what you can do is look for higher quality setups and improve your win rate to 55%. Now, in doing that, guys, we get ourselves out of drawdown, right? As you can see, the probability of drawdown gets significantly smaller. Truly, 25% or 24% here, significantly smaller. And then your risk of blowing up becomes less than 1%. So, a lot of traders, beginner traders, they draw down, they freak out, they double up, right? As opposed to taking a step back and looking for higher quality setups. Does that make sense? I want that to make sense because this here, as long as this remains consistent, this here, your win rate is going to mean a lot. Why? Because if we get to 65% win rate, a 65% win rate, we will then see these numbers dramatically reduce. 6.6% probability of drawing down and 0.012% of blowing up. Okay? This is math. This is not BS. This is math. Okay? This is what I want you guys focusing on. Now, for those who are trading prop firms, I think maybe a light bulb went off for you too, because some of you take a loss and then you double down, right? As opposed to saying, okay, let me wait for a high probability setup. You jump right back into a trade chasing a candle with an oversized allocation. Now, let me show you what a max allocation, if we were to, let's say these were our stats, because this is what the system's going to give you over time, historically, a 65% win rate with a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward. But if we went ahead and risked 3% per trade, what is our risk to ruin? And that's what we want to find out, 4.2%. I can live with that. I truly can. But your risk to drawdown with a 10% drawdown of 10% is 100%. All right. So again, you just have to understand that drawing down is part of the game. But just because you draw down doesn't necessarily mean you're going to blow up, right? But if we go ahead and we do something like 10%, things get a little interesting because, you see, 10%, that's really stretching reality here. Risking 10% per trade as a 65% winner, okay? So let's go ahead and change this number to 5%. And 5% is probably going to be your max, right? That's, you know, your risk to ruin is still going to be circa 90%, 10%. So you still have a 90% probability of maintaining a healthy port, although you have a 100% probability of blowing up. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Please tell me it makes sense. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's read this chat. Sell signal on a 30-minute chart. Good morning. What's a good platform? It's going to be Tradovate for me. For others, they like AMP. I've made this mistake a lot. Take a loss and increase my position almost instantly, then lose more. There you go. So Barry says yes. Mike says yes. Yes, sir. Makes sense. Yes, yes. Makes sense. Exactly. So the answer to your loss isn't, you know, good money after bad. It is stepping away and looking for the better setups. And here we go. Trade 1348 is giving you the better setups. Just giving you the better setups. That's literally what we're doing here, okay? So let's get back to this. Consolidating here, right? I think the market's given everybody more than they deserve. So if you were looking for a trade, you gotta look for a trade and it's above the 200. So let's really look at this and let's apply some common sense here. We could be above the 200 here, right? Above the 200, but then we could get smacked by Excel. Or we could get above Excel and then get smacked by Gabe's trends. Now, the distance here to here is going to be about 60 points. I would rather wait for that setup if I'm going to be bullish, and still bullish but cynical, meaning I will enter above Excel, maintain a defensive mindset here where I'm like, okay, I'm going to protect my cash because I'm going counter trend. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, the market's doing a whole lot of nothing. Let's go ahead and check out ES and then see what these dumbass analysts are talking about over here, right? Because, I mean, I really want to check that out. What are they talking about? But anyways, let's get to what ES is doing. We got a lot of gray candles on ES. Guys, you understand what this means, right? This is counter trend with ES. You got gray candles, meaning it's not actionable. If you were trying to force a trade on ES and going against Gabe's trends and going against the 200, you know what? A pity the fool. Why? Because you know the rules. You're going counter trend. You're going against the grain. You're going against the 200. You're going against Gabe's trend. And honestly, it's pointless. It's pointless. So this is how you guys avoid chop. You ready? I mean, it's very, very simple. You're seeing it in action. A clue of chop is gray candles, right? But then you got a trade design against the trend. Probably not worth taking. Maybe you get a trade design against with the trend, but you probably get beat up by Excel here, right? You gotta pay attention to these candles. They're so important, guys. So important. Like, seriously. Let's see. So important. The gray candles, you got to respect them. Again, that's another thing, right? Okay, going back to trader habits, right? It's, if you're disrespecting what I'm telling you to respect, you deserve all the pain that happens. Now, this trade design is valid once price action breaks and closes below the 200. There you go, right? Yeah, it's hot tobacco. Yes, you got it. You got it, brother. Here we go. You knew where to place a limit order. God. You got a level here, guys, at 106. You got a target here, maybe at 1.25. You know where to protect yourself. You get stopped out, fuck it. You get stopped out, right? Because it is the 200. You should expect price action to come back to the 200, right? But if you were like waiting with that order just below and you made some money right here, let's go. You made some money. The system gave you more than you deserve. But what you now have is chart awareness that you never had before. Let me ask you guys an honest question. With this system, do you now have a chart awareness that you've never had before? Like, let's be honest, because we spell it out for you. NQ made that level. Woo! NQ made that level. Sweet. People got paid. Right, Marshall yelling out there. And so, yeah, right. I hope he made that money. Let's go ahead and look at NQ. Right? The it's stupid. We give you everything you need here. It's just stupid. Chart awareness, no anxiety. There you go. Yes. You almost know exactly where it's going. Yes, you almost know exactly where it's going. This system is just laid out. It is done. So now we could go ahead and just see what these idiots over here, are talking about as far as like, you know, where they invest $500,000, right? So let's get on over to this display here. Let me adjust myself. I feel a little off center. There you go. Yes, I'm adjusted. Okay, cool. So let's see what they're talking about here. Actually, let's see market data. Let's see what the market's doing. So the market is pretty much green overall. U.S. equities, S&P 500's up. Dow Jones up, NASDAQ up, the mid caps are up, the small caps are up, the micros, everything's green. Like today, wow, everything's green. I mean, well, the Trump effect, maybe? I don't know, right? Let's see if there's, all the sectors, pretty much, right? With exception to oil and natural gas, right? That would make sense. Industrial metals, natural gas, whatever, right? World resources, potential tariffs, all that nonsense. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, interesting. Going back to NQ here, we're coming on down. That is a 5.62 to 1. It's, look, I owe you guys nothing. So at the end of the day, Gabe's Trends is $250 lifetime, $149 a month. Right? If you don't secure the lifetime by Friday, it's $149 a month. And I really don't care, right? As long as you got at least 2 brain cells, you can follow the rules. You'll be able to trade. I can turn you into a trading master. Like, seriously. It's really dirt simple. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on with the market here. Let's pull this up. Let's see what these guys are talking about, right? Let's see what they're talking about. How to choose the right fund for you? No, we don't care. Short duration, chill with 7.2% yield. No, I'm looking for a ticker. Let's see if these guys are covering anything like a ticker. That's what I want. So let's see. That's ETF analysis. Duh. Never mind. I'm not gonna find it there. Let's see. AMD, this is dead money. This is interesting, right? Despite strong demand for AI chips, AMD's stock underperformed in 2024 due to rising competition and macro risks. Okay. AMD remains undervalued, but it is unlikely that its share will be able to aggressively rebound to its all-time high levels in the foreseeable future. Is this, yeah. Is this a guy who's team NVIDIA? Really, we have to ask ourselves that question. So now, let's go on over to the charts here, and let's see what AMD's doing. Let's see what AMD is doing, okay? Yeah, guys, as long as you follow the rules, everything is going to be easy. So AMD trading at $1.2127. Let's go to the daily and then zoom out. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Wow. From highs? Damn. Okay, AMD. Yes. Now we're looking at March of 24. And of course, everything was certainly overvalued here. We're below the 200, right? We're below the 200 now, trending down. Gabe's Trend says down. Guys, if you're wondering what Gabe Trades, the new website's going to be doing is basically going to be doing this, right? It's going to be guiding you and telling you, all right, this is what you need to do on a daily. Okay, that's at least a vision. I have to build it out. Of course, I'll bring Hot Potato along with me so he can help me out with what I need help with. So, anyways, we have trade design down. Yeah, this is just filthy. Now, unfortunately, what we have to do is look at this over 12 months and like really see if there's okay. And we're still on the top of the band here over 12 months. Still on the top of the band. The bottom of the band here is going to be about $102. This is interesting. This is interesting. It tells us, like, hey, this guy might be onto something, right? We could see that over 12 months. However, we get a bounce off the band. It's where we're going to move up to, maybe 171. Okay, that's AMD. That's AMD. So, let's get back to ES and see if ES hit our target on a 5-minute. ES is just running, right? Oh, ES came all the way down. We got a bounce. That really sucks. You guys should have secured profit and be done with it, right? Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy. There's money to be made. Lots of money. Okay. Okay. So, in summation on this live stream, we understand that the key to success is not oversizing, it's becoming consistent. The key to success is taking profit and having a realistic approach to making money, right? And that realistic approach should be you want to compound 1.5 to 1. It can be done. It can be done, right? And then you don't want to double down into trades, right? To alter your trajectory in the future, it's not doubling down into the trade, it's finding consistency and finding the best trade setups. That's what alters your trajectory. Why? Because if you don't have a system or believe in a system, it doesn't matter how many times you double down. That system's eventually going to fail you, right? So you trade small to win big. This is what we do here at Trade 1348. We make tons of money here. It is undeniable. You guys watch these trades in real time. You watch these trades in real time. It just happens. Okay? I tell no lie. There's no reason for me to tell a lie. The charts ain't lying to nobody. Right? And I'm not filling you guys up with, just bullshit. It's just what you see is what you get. Okay. Oh, man. Welcome to the Trump era, guys. It's going to be a lot of volatility. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of money made. But we're going to have the edge here. We're going to have the edge with Gabe Strunz and Trade 1348 and Titan AI. We have that edge. Right? It's literally up to you to, respect the power granted you, honestly. Just because you could make a lot of money with the system does not grant you the right to be a fucking dick and a degen and oversize and, just run around cock loose. No. Respect your money, right? Let's go ahead. Christopher Rulio, it's so sick. 1,540 seconds. Jeez, I love it. I love it. That's another thing. We have a winning culture here. Can't say that about Top Step. You go to the Top Step like chat, or oh my God, the Discord. There is not a winning culture there. We have that here. I don't know if any other community has an established winning culture like we do. Like, I mean, of course I'm biased. But I mean. Go do the homework. Go check. See if anybody's doing what we're doing. They're not. Right? They're not. Let's see. For those who want to trade options, let's talk. You had you had your moment. You had your moment. Oh my God, you had your moment. You had that level there. That option contract fucking printed. Jesus Christ, I'm done here. I am done here. What time is this made for? Plan on buying today. What time is this made for? What do you mean, what time is this made for? It's made for all time frames, standard time frames though. But we would like the 5 minute time frame, and of course you could use the 4 hour or the daily if you're swinging and you have a job and your boss is over your shoulder looking at what you're doing, right? But you know, honestly, I can't stand the people who say, "Well, I have a job and I don't have much time," and that's a whole lot of bullshit because most people now work from home, even though there are return to office mandates. But even so, right? There's the workforce is so inefficient and there's so much downtime that yes, you can trade. Now, if you're like a welder or you work in a factory where, you're constant, that kind of stuff, industrial, right? If you're working at an oil rig, no fucking way are you like entering the trade and this fucking thing is coming all the way, it's going to shear you in half. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah, I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures. Oh my God, yes. My cousin, he's a EMS pilot, and he flies, the helicopters out in Texas. Ah, just disgusting, disgusting. Anyways, and he set the alerts. Now, for those who need the alerts on game trends, because these are very potent alerts, it's very simple. We come on over to alerts. You see the SPY there. You see condition. So you see SPY, extended hours, condition, game trends, and then you have two conditions of which you could set an alert on: Excel crossing gauge trends or gauge trend change, right? I would set both up and I would set it for once per bar close for both alerts and then create each alert individually, right? And then you're done. H. Houston, try trading and doing underwater welding. Yeah, that's not that. That's probably not gonna work out too well. Oh man, not gonna work out too well. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Uh, underwater trading. Underwater trading. That would be kind of like epic, right? That would be like a great commercial for Trade 1348, right? So easy, even an underwater welder can do it, right? I mean, that'd be kind of cool. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up. Let me see. I have some one-on-ones today. And so let me call out the people that I'm having one-on-ones with, and then I'm just gonna say it live here. If you got more than 4 trades on a day, if you're not following the rules, cancel your fucking appointment. I don't want to deal with you, right? Honestly, don't waste my time. So let me see here. We're gonna go into the calendar here. Who I have a one-on-one with. Nicole, yes, I have to meet up with you. Haven't seen you in a while. Katie Marshall, and then Rich Christie. Um, you know, yeah, they're solid. They're really, really fucking solid, right? So we're good with that. All right. I don't think anyone's canceling today, and I'm not going to cancel on anyone. All right, people. I'm signing out. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow. And I got to end the stream, even though I ended the recording, and this recording is going to be sent over to Applejack's so that he can make like a short, truncated video. And then we got a lot of videos I'm going to be posting. So stay tuned because we got some videos they're going to be posting. I promise I'll post like 3 times a week. Actual videos. I know you guys can't get enough of me. Love you. Peace out. We're done.